was talking about the anime.
Oh yeah, no, people don't watch anime.
Are we on?
Oh, for sure.
Are we on?
Oh yeah.
We here?
Oh yeah.
I
Excuse
mean,
me,
it's
Dougie
not on
Fresh. You're
YouTube though.
on.
It's not showing up on YouTube though.
It's
should
not
now.
showing up on the YouTube.
So it's
Up.
just waiting.
There we are.
There we are.
There
There
we
we
are.
go.
There we go.
We here?
Here I come.
We here?
Here I go.
Here I go.
Oh, man, John, what's up, bitch? Move.
All
You
right.
see the headlights? You hear the crowd? Tear the
Y'all-
stage up. We coming through.
Y'all are wild.
What is up, barflies across the multiverse, across the spectrum of your alleged monolith? How are you guys doing today or tonight? Look, man, you already know who it is. Tis I. Sorry, I'm not doing that one. I'ma do Last Descendant of Yasuke, sub over dub for all anime. The boy is Godzilla personified. This is just one name that I can go by. Jayhawk. Hey, what's up?
Let go.
I'm not by myself. To my left, I have the man, the myth, the legend. Introduce yourself, King.
It is I, Ken Sparks. Yo, what's up, y'all? It's Ken Sparks from See For Yourself. I'm here to hang out with y'all, talk to y'all about all types of party and bull. You know what I'm saying? Can't wait to get into this live so we can thrive. I don't know why I'm rapping. Give me
It's
a
a habit of
alive,
yours.
which is Spanish for olive. So
And next we have.
I'm not much, I'm just your favorite support character with boundaries. So
Mhm.
the boundary is that I'm setting today is to not extend this longer than it needs to be. My intro at least. So I'm not alone here. So to my left,
Hey.
who do I have?
Oh, there you go. Gotta make sure we do the sound first.
Mhm.
Because you already know who it is.
Mhm.
It's Big Dan.
Mhm.
Rodan. I'm coming to you live from the 215, your comic book connoisseur in Somalia of sci-fi and
215.
superheroes, here to welcome you to the Blerd Bar. Episode 0.
Episode 0. Singularity.
Singular point.
I got a
Hey.
weird question for you guys.
Really?
Yeah.
A weird question.
Uh-huh.
Weird.
That's how we do it. That's how we start this off now. We're
Take
gonna
Oh,
start off with
from now on.
yeah,
that,
from
take
now
that.
on.
Weird question.
Take that bad boy, baby.
Yeah.
Weird question. What do you spend too much time doing?
Oh, so we just outing each other right now.
okay.
I think you should maybe start. You should be the model.
Okay. I spend too much time playing Brawl Stars. I enjoy it a lot. It's a lot of
Like
fun.
What is this?
Brawl
Okay.
Stars?
'Cause I heard with Copper.
Brawl Stars?
What is that?
Brawl Stars?
What is it?
It's a video game where you can, well, not a video game, it's a mobile game
But
where you
no, I'm
can
sorry.
like shoot people, and it's like a 3-on-3, or
So it's not Brawlhalla, it's something else.
it's
not
something
Brawlhalla.
else. They might be made by the same person. It sounds like.
They
So
are
when
not.
you say you spend too much time, what do you mean?
What does it sound like?
What does too much time look like for you, Jay?
It looks like too much time.
It
What's your
doesn't-
thing?
Well, we're gonna go on a line.
Oh, is that what we're doing? QC setting boundaries,
We're gonna go on a line.
setting rules and boundaries off the top.
Yeah. So I spend way too much time overthinking. That's what I spend way too much time.
Safe answer.
Sounds like a
safe
song.
answer.
Huh?
It sounds like a song.
I mean, I could turn it into a song if you want.
Not right now.
Okay.
Appreciate it,
But yeah, I spend way too much time overthinking about like the smallest minute details
Mhm.
and trying to get things right, and then ultimately realizing, oh man, I spent way too much time on this. Posting it, and then, oh, you know what, it's okay, and then it's whatever. So then I have a short existential crisis,
Mhm.
and then I pull back.
Mm.
Yeah, so that's what I spend way too much time.
I learned at work that that's what I do.
Oh yeah.
Way too much
Too
time
hard on yourself?
overthinking. No, I'm just overthinking.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
There's a difference.
Sorry, I thought we
Yeah,
had a shared experience.
you like me? We the same? Nah.
It's a combination of things.
But yeah, no.
Combo breaker.
Get that.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think I spend way too much time working. Like that's just when I think about how many hours I put into work every week. There's already the 40 plus from my full-time job and the 24 from my part-time job, and I'm like, man, like maybe if like one of these jobs paid enough, I'd have X amount of time to do the things that I really want to do.
Get out of here, socialist. Just kidding.
Do it. Not on camera, not at all. But I think that that's too much time. Like I could use that time to sleep. I could use that time to do things that I like, but instead I'm using it to make money for things that I need to have and not things that I like. So
Gotcha. Too much time being a dad. No, I'm sorry. That's
Whoa.
not.
Well, that's gonna be cut
That's
out.
no,
Oh
no,
wait,
no.
it can't
Nani?
because
It's
we're
not.
live.
It's a joke.
Wow.
It's a
He doesn't
joke.
want to be a dad, y'all.
Is
It's
the
no.
of your
That
niece
is not what it is.
watching right now?
Yeah,
He
no,
does
that was that's
not.
not the joke. That was
Alright.
it was a joke.
All right, you said
I'm
it
just
already.
saying.
Too much time. You know what it is? It's probably a mix of like overthinking,
Mhm.
and then my body, like my brain, shuts down to the point where I'm like, I'm gonna just play this mobile game
Mhm.
while I supervise my children and also watch whatever they're watching. I'd really be involved sometimes watching like what they're watching, and
Do they
I've
watch
seen it
Bluey?
already. Oh, Blue, we're this is a Bluey
I
household.
haven't seen Bluey, but I hear a lot of parents
Watch,
are into it.
not even. I try to put non-parents on Bluey
Mhm.
because it's just that good,
Okay.
and it is.
Now he's making a
Non-parents.
competition out of it all.
No,
Now
it's
we
a
gotta
great
fight
thing.
about it.
Now
But
we have to fight about it. I just want to give a quick shout out to the Barflies who are joining us in the chat. I wanna
appreciate
give
y'all.
give a shout out to Brandon, Tina, and James.
Hey, hey.
Hey,
Thanks for joining us, y'all.
The
Yeah, thanks for
OGs.
joining us. Yeah.
Brandon, is that my friend?
Okay. I would hopefully. Is it like
if
what
not,
if,
he
what if
is
he
now.
said like no, this is your enemy
Right?
in the chat? Like that could be a problem.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you for joining.
Mhm.
We love the hate clicks. Yay!
Yay. Speaking of clicks, make sure y'all hit that like button so that more people can
Please.
see it.
Mhm.
That's a great way to support us.
Definitely.
Yep.
Not
And
to mention our
also,
Patreon.
yes, the Patreon.
Mhm.
But to mention that this episode is going to be up until episode 1 airs, and then it's gone for good.
Oh
Gone.
no!
So
Like the wind.
Nothing but clips.
So this is
Yep.
episode 0, meaning you have to deal
Gone
with
girl.
whatever goes on.
yeah.
Gone in 60 seconds.
Shout outs to our producer. We have one of those now.
Yeah,
Working
we
the
doing
soundboard,
things.
the audio.
Yeah.
Clap it up for yourself.
So if you hear too many sound effects,
Mm-hmm.
it's because we have a producer,
Yep.
and we're sorry.
Oh goodness.
Moving on though. What's
Yep.
on tap?
What's on tap?
What's on tap?
What's on tap?
That's right. Now we got segments, y'all. We're going to make sure we keep up with these throughout the entire season. Not start off with them and then lose them, but you know, that's therapy. That's not this.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, on tap, we are talking about for this evening
Mm-hmm.
weird movie plots.
Okay.
Just one movie. You pick one movie
Got it.
of a very weird plot that you thought was weird,
Okay.
and then you kind of just explain it to us.
Gotcha.
All right. So,
So do you want us to explain it like you don't want us to read it? You just want us to
don't
explain
read. No,
Like
you're
no
not reading it off of
spoilers?
Alright.
IMDb.
it? Okay.
It can involve spoilers because obviously it's a movie that you've seen already. If people haven't seen it, spoiler alert potentially,
Potentially.
but potentially.
Mhm.
But
Okay.
yeah. Hopefully, grab one from like your youth or your memory rather.
I
Than
got one.
Are you?
I got
You
one
got
as
one?
well.
All right.
We ready?
Go ahead.
All right. So the one that I'm talking about is Splice. It is a 2009 sci-fi and horror movie. It was weird. It was not great. The geneticists, there's like scientists and they're creating stuff. This is also back in 2009, so I might get things weird, but what I remember is like ill is ill. So, these geneticists create a life form. This life form learns to copy and grow and evolves, kind of like Singular Point Godzilla. But it's not what you think.
It's not what you
Not
think.
what you think. So it grows and then something happens where it evolves into a ladylike thing, and the geneticists who created this, they're in a relationship, they're married, I believe. And so it evolves into like this ladylike thing because I think it noticed that the guy was giving the woman attention, and it was like a what's the lady Oedipus?
The
Or does Freud give it a
It
name?
is another name.
Freud gives it a name.
It's
Fordrica.
Oedipus and what's the lady's name from
Is it Electra?
from like the
It's the Electra
I
complex.
believe it is.
Okay. So
I was about to say the lady from Daredevil.
well, you're right. You're not wrong. But
She's
so
real, by the way.
At least not the Jennifer Garner complex. Move on.
Well, that was a great movie.
the thing becomes a woman, and spoiler alert, the guy
Wait, nobody's gonna watch that film.
The guy does the thing, and wife walks in on it, gets upset,
Sounds
as you can
appropriate.
imagine.
Yep.
Um, and then I think there's like a form of jealousy that goes on because I think the wife then tries to like get rid of the thing or whatever. But then in the horror
I don't know
aspect,
if that's jealousy as much as justice.
hmm, I mean,
Hmm.
leave the man.
No, get rid of both of them.
Justice
Sure.
versus
Yeah.
jealousy. Oh boy,
Oh no.
it's getting
Um,
deeper and deeper.
then the
Why?
man, no, the woman, gets attacked by the thing, the organism.
Mhm.
The organism had a tail.
Oh.
While the thing is attacking the woman, it uses the tail.
Oh no.
She ends up pregnant.
Time out.
Nope.
The
I just let it. Don't time out. Let's keep going because we'll
At
be here
the-
all night.
at
on
the
this
end of
one.
the movie, she's in an office with the government, and they're like, "Hey, here's the money for the settlement because you're keeping this baby." And that's how the movie ends. There is no part two, and it's like, should there be a part two?
After you explain this movie, and the answer is no for
Ah,
me.
but like,
I'm not.
but like, she
I'm not
walks
green lighting
away.
Who
this.
directed the movie?
I don't know.
It was 2009. Don't matter now.
Totally matters.
We in it
They're
now.
probably still out here doing this, and y'all out here enjoying this movie time.
I have
remember
I have
seeing-
yet to see another movie
I
like
know-
Splice. I'll tell you that much.
Okay,
Is
well,
Specimen a part of that universe?
I don't think so, but I don't know.
Honestly, in
I
a
feel like
very
it's
loose
standalone.
way, it reminds me of that movie Species. Remember Species?
I remember
Species
The
is what I
alien
was
would
thinking
come
of. Yeah.
down
It's like
and try to
90s.
have sex with the dude so she can make babies.
Sure, y'all block that.
Alien
E out of
babies.
block that out.
Okay.
We can't say siete?
So your movie.
Okay.
Also, real quick,
Mhm.
Brandon is the bestie. Apparently, he wish he had a legit username though.
Okay.
So that
Um,
you gotta give him a call
perhaps
sign.
it's my bestie.
Well, yeah, I didn't say that he wasn't.
Moving on.
Yeah. So,
Hi, Brandon.
so 1970s I Drink Your Blood
Ooh.
is the name of a 70s horror movie in which satanic hippies stumble onto this town in which they try to infiltrate a abandoned building, right? So basically they show up, they talk to the local townspeople, which there are not many, and basically they try to like find room and board, and they tell them, hey, look, everything in this town is abandoned, this is being torn down. There's construction being done on the other side of town, so there's nowhere for you to live over there. And they weren't lying; they weren't just telling these people this. They were just kind of like, "Look, nigga, look, senor, like you can't,
Senor, because that's the same. That
That's
translates.
how you catch up to it, right? Like that's how you fix it in post, right? Look, senor.
Look, essay. I think that would be more.
Nope, too late. Senor. That's
No,
it.
that's
And
horrible.
Oh,
So they say, look, man, there's nowhere for you to stay. Everything's abandoned, and even those buildings over there, they're just rat infested, right? The leader of the satanic hippies says to, and these people who they're talking to work in a local bakery. What they tell the people in the bakeries is that, okay, cool, we'll leave. And then the homie leaves with the group of satanic hippies and says, let's go find these buildings. They're all abandoned. We can, we can live in there. They go trot along. There's a little boy who follows them who was working in the bakery. They start to kick down the door and like break through the glass of this house. And the little boy comes out, hey, don't go in there. There's rats in there. He's like,
you're
"Ha
snaking my
ha,
boots.
no problem. We'll have a rat feast." Right? And I think that they're joking. No, 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 no. They go into this house and they hunt the rats
They eat
Barbecue.
with their bare hands.
Oh.
They're picking these rats up. Practical effects, by the way. I'm pretty sure these are rats because it's the 1970s. The black hippie comes down the stairs
Oh,
with
no.
a skewer with 8 to 10 rats on it, and they
Hey.
put it on the barbecue.
Gotta get them ribs.
And
He
they
got
quite
him on the ribs.
literally have a rat feast, right?
But why
It
is
was
the
a
black boy
different
gotta get
cookout.
the skewer? He's the
he
one that's
had
like,
his
I'm about to put some Lowry's on this, and
Oh,
we're gonna have
yeah.
a good time.
And let me tell you what happens. The
Gonna
leader
have
of
a
the
funky good
satanic
time.
hippies, what he tells them is whoever catches the most rats is the king of Satanists for the night.
Hmm.
Right? So the black man is now the king of Satanists. right? That's the satanic group name.
I
Shout
would,
out to
I
him.
would love to watch this movie.
Oh, it gets better. It gets better. So now
One
he's the
more thing.
leader of the satanic hippie group. And one of the hippies he doesn't trust. He says, I think you're a cop. So let's string you up, cut the bottom of your feet, and swing you from the post and the top of the ceiling. Right?
The
So
black one.
there's
This is the black one.
this is the black one.
Ah,
So they're swinging the pig
They should have
from the top
never
of the
gave
post,
you his money.
and they're all sitting around in a circle, and blood is getting on their faces from the soles of this young man's feet, and they're all like, yes, they're all laughing and stuff.
I will
The
never watch this.
grandfather who lived at the bakery with the other two comes to investigate because he thinks that they were responsible for r wording one of the daughters of one of the local
This movie
people.
sounds so bad.
The movie's called I Drink Your Blood.
Why
Don't
did you watch this?
So
Where, this is my camera right here. Use your common sense, guys. Don't watch this movie.
So then the grandfather comes up. He sees them. He sees the man swinging from the post. The grandfather doesn't say, "Hey, maybe I should leave." He confronts him with a shotgun. The shotgun gets taken from him. He gets beat up. They send his behind home. Almost cursed. They send his behind home.
Show.
Right. The little boy who warned them about the rats is like, I know they did not just beat my grandfather up. So he takes the grandfather's shotgun from grandpa and leaves.
When we
He
say
gets-
little boy, how little is the boy?
I want to say he's about 9 or 10.
All right.
He takes the shotgun and he leaves. He gets attacked by a rabid dog that has nothing to do with these satanic people who has rabies. He shoots the dog because he's being attacked.
Enter a rabid dog. Nothing to do with the rest.
Dynamic entry. Like
All right,
Yeah.
so you gotta get to the end of this one because this is one. You're giving away the whole movie for free, and now
Oh, I thought that's
now,
what we were doing.
Now, no, see now what's gonna happen is
I thought that was the
we're gonna have a
assignment.
bunch of viewers going. I'm a Google. I drink your blood now. We don't want that.
Okay.
Do you
You
want that?
might.
You want that?
I mean, I reviewed it
might.
on my YouTube page.
Yes.
So maybe. So yeah. So long story short,
yes.
he shoots the dog. He kills the dog. He confronts the satanic hippies. They turn him away. He goes back to the bakery, gets a syringe, finds out that the dog has rabies from his grandpa, takes the syringe, takes the blood from the dog. The people come back to the bakery the next day. He puts a syringe of
Rabies blood.
rabies dog blood into the pot, into the meat pies that he sells them. He told them that he'll sell them a quarter for a dozen so that they'll take them. They eat the meat pies, turn into zombies, and start to kill everybody else in the town. Touch them. One of the young ladies has sex with the construction workers in the town, and they turn into zombies. And now you have crazy zombies running around the town. The little boy made the situation worse.
Who directed this?
that was a
movie?
left turn.
It's a grindhouse movie. I have no idea who directed
May
it.
they never work in Hollywood again.
1970s. I Drink Your Blood.
Okay.
And no blood was drunk, by the way. So yeah, so that's the film.
Okay.
You asked for a crazy plot.
That was
I gave you.
There were left turns.
I Drink Your Blood.
like M Night Shyamalan could never like he could
Mhm.
never.
He could never.
Yep.
He could.
They ate a rat burger. They had rats on the grill
So thank
and
you.
zombies.
Thank you for
Appreciate
giving us the entire plot of this movie.
Well,
I love how you said, all right,
I'm-
long story short,
that
and then
I'm-
picked up
You definitely
right
gave
where
us
you left
the-
off.
No, the live is over,
and kept
guys.
it going.
No, this was great though.
I
I'm not
thought that
complaining.
was great.
'Cause that first of all, that is probably the wildest movie I've ever.
You said
heard of.
explain weird plot.
And
I
you
said,
did.
Yes.
That was
Plot
wild.
summary.
All right. Why are you complaining?
I'm not complaining.
Are you
It
gonna have
sound like
nightmares after this one?
Also, shout out to Lisa.
And I'm watching
Dawn.
The Exorcist
Thanks
for
for
the first time
joining
tonight.
us.
In terms of weird plot summaries, I think it would be best to sort of explain that in terms of films that maybe I haven't finished that I don't quite understand.
Mhm.
Or
Because
you want to
once-
go back to them?
Because once the film is over, I would hope that if it's a good film but weird, it would kind of like wrap up and make you sort of understand why what's happening is happening. So I watched a film with a friend a few weeks ago called House, which is a Japanese film from the 70s. The 70s
Nice.
was like a huge experimental
Absolutely.
age for horror. So we have to give like the 70s some grace, but also we can make fun of the 70s. But it was basically like a haunted house 70s movie, and it was absolutely awful, but apparently groundbreaking for 70s horror in Japan, or maybe even horror in Japan. But I'm not going to talk about that because it's just so ridiculous that I just recommend, if you have HBO Max or Max, just watch this Japanese film called House. It's so ridiculous. but actually kind of good. But I would say a film that I'm watching now that has a really weird plot is um Beau is Afraid, which is a
Mm,
A24 movie starring what's the
Joaquin
brother's
Phoenix.
name?
Joaquin
Joaquin
Phoenix.
Phoenix. I don't
Joaquin.
recommend it if you have anxiety
Mm.
because it is a film that sort of just illustrates anxiety and like
Hmm.
Murphy's Law and the worst thing happening, but it's also like a dark comedy. So it's just like you ever have something happen to you where it's just like, I don't know whether to laugh or cry.
Absolutely.
That is essentially that film. I haven't finished it, but it's just so wild that I'm like, how will this movie end? Another film that I'm currently watching that is just as anxiety provoking is a film called Mother, which has Jennifer Lawrence in it, and it's just a film about your space.
Mm.
Imagine being someone that really likes to be alone.
Yeah.
Introverts, like it's really the film for introverts to traumatize us introverts. Imagine like
Cool. I'm gonna
being
watch it.
so safe in your space and then it just being invaded.
But
Like
that's
I already know
exactly.
horror
There's
in
some
itself.
scenes in there
It's
that
like
you can't
absolutely
shake.
disturbing, and I'm not finished it, so I haven't quite made sense of what's happening. But it really does a great job at making you feel like, yo, what is happening? If this was me, it would just be the worst. And I think it,
Hmm.
even if I don't understand what's happening, it makes me feel like, yo, imagine. Just
Yeah.
like if people were just entering my home and making me feel like it's their home.
Hmm.
So it's weird, but also I'm hoping that by the end of it, somebody makes sense of it. So
Yeah.
I can only find it weird if I haven't finished it because I'm still trying to figure out what's happening.
Mhm.
That I feel
But
like
yeah,
that was when Jennifer Lawrence was kind of making her turn to like
from the Hunger
being
Games.
liked again
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
like doing not like
And then she
real
did that
movies,
last
but
movie.
like
What was Jennifer Lawrence is a great actress.
I
She
think
has
so.
very
She is.
abilities despite being so young, but that would made me feel like, yo, what it made you really push yourself there. And same with Beau is Afraid. And I
Mhm.
think I'm feeling weird about both those plots because it just brings out anxiety.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I
But it's
saw.
weird, but it just I
Mhm.
haven't been able to make sense of
Did
it.
Hereditary not bring on anxiety for you?
Man, we need to have an episode about Hereditary. I'm not going to talk about Hereditary today because we need an episode for it.
A
Mhm.
whole
Okay.
episode.
A whole
Because
episode.
Hereditary is the greatest horror movie ever created.
Okay.
And I feel like it's not fair
Is
to
the new
talk about it
Candyman
now.
horror?
Yes, but
Yeah.
Hereditary is real horror. And
Yeah.
I think that everybody should watch Hereditary if you haven't.
Okay.
And
I would agree
also
with that.
ask someone in your life to watch Hereditary.
Okay.
Hmm. Yeah, I
Her.
saw Mother and Beau's Afraid both in theaters, and they both left me with the same feeling, which was I don't know if this is good, I don't know if it's bad, but I feel like this happened to me more than
Yeah.
I watched it.
Gotcha.
Like I was like,
Experience.
yeah, it was an experience. I was like, I don't know what to, I don't know what to
And
do with
it's
this.
with the similarity. Wait, is Mother A24?
I believe so.
Mhm.
It's A24.
Yeah, A24 is the greatest.
All right. Well, I got a weird one for you.
Uh-huh.
Picture this:
Okay.
an angel sent down from heaven to a
Sent
struggling
from
church
heaven. Hmm.
where the pastor is like, I don't know if we're gonna make it to next Christmas, and the wife is just exhausted. She over it. She out of it. I don't want nothing else to do with this church. We should just go give it to Gregory Hines and let him do whatever he want to do with the
OCF.
space. Right. So, mind you, the angel is played by Denzel Washington.
Hmm.
The preacher is played by Courtney. What's his last name? Why
B
can't I remember?
Vance or something?
Courtney B. Vance. Thank
Okay.
you.
Hmm.
And the wife is played by Whitney Houston.
Don't use her name.
This
Don't
is
you dare.
No, because we're going to talk about
this
this.
is a cast.
Star cast.
Hmm.
It's not a star cast.
No,
We
no,
have
no.
a star singer that's trying to be an actress.
First of all, Denzel Washington
Whoa.
is star.
What do we say?
Courtney B. Vance, star.
we know who the real star
Gregory
is.
Hines,
We know who the real
star.
star is.
Who's the real
Let me
star?
finish my thing. I'm not. I'm. She's trying to make me fall for the trap card. I'm not doing it. Not doing it. So, mind you, the whole plot is around the idea of getting a replacement boiler.
Okay.
That's
so
what the
that
church
Boiler?
needed.
The church just needs a new boiler
I like
to
most
solve the
buildings.
problem.
Them joints expensive.
They are expensive.
They close schools on boilers, so.
Meanwhile, Whitney Houston is her character is just so focused on getting the Christmas program done. like her kids, making sure everything
The
goes
Christmas program?
just the Christmas overall Christmas program.
Hmm.
You know,
priority, yes.
right. Meanwhile, the husband's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. This is the only thing I know. This is my church. I can't leave my church.
Mm-hmm.
Denzel Washington's like, hey, sliding into the proverbial DMs, and he's just. I watched this movie the upwards of 10 times. My mom loves this movie. Loved. I don't know if she still does. We don't have VHS anymore, so she can't always watch it. It was a simpler time. Anyway, all of this boils up to Denzel Washington using his miraculous abilities and powers to just screw with Gregory Hines to not make him buy the land. And he was like, you know what? Just come to church on Sunday.
Is Gregory Hines a black man?
Yeah. I'm not falling for that.
Are you talking about the preacher's wife?
Yes.
Never saw it.
But do you know who Gregory Hines is?
No. What are he playing?
Okay.
I know
Not
the
doing
name.
that right now. Not
What are
doing
you
that right now.
playing?
Gregory Hines?
What are you playing?
He's a legendary tap dancer.
All right.
And okay. So not doing that right now.
That's fine.
Tap dancer, huh?
Yes.
Tap dancing
He
for
also,
who?
He also
Like the late
taught
great Gregory Hines.
For the
Yes.
white man.
He also tapped that he taught Savion Glover. Do you know who
White
Savion
man.
Glover is?
No, who is he?
I am not doing this.
I'm
right
not
now.
rabbit holing.
You're,
I'm asking.
you're really rabbit holing.
I'm not. I'm just asking you. Who is it?
Who is he? Also a legendary tap dancer.
Who is
Tap dancing for who?
You feel like you
the
So-
white
why
man?
did I think we just know tap dancers?
Right. Like, why would we know that?
Savion Glover was on Sesame Street while we were growing
What
up.
does that mean to me?
Wow, who was growing up? Because
was-
now
I was
you
there
out
for
here talking about our
Snuffleupagus, all right?
age.
I wasn't there for Sergio.
I wish
Snuffleup-
there was somebody
you
in the chat that
you
helped
don't know
me.
nothing
I
about
am
Snuffleupagus.
struggling. I'm dying here.
What you mean?
Anyway, can I move it on?
Shout
But
out
how was
to
it weird? Tell
shout
us
out to Fred. He said he
How's
was
the
in
movie
Waiting
weird?
to Exhale.
I love me some Fred.
Yes,
Is
he was
that
also
Fred?
waiting to exhale.
I didn't see.
Okay.
Gregory Hines. You kind of know him. He's that.
Oh, I
he's
know
that
that
dude.
man.
Yeah.
I know
He's
that
the
gentleman.
You know
boy.
that dude. I didn't know him, but I
I
was
know
like,
his-
oh, I
I
know
know
his
his
face.
What
face.
was he like in
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
Tyler? I'm guessing he was in a Tyler.
I-
Perry
Oh, he's
film
that
too?
bull from
He's
that
that
spot.
bull.
He's that bull
He
from
was in a Tyler Perry film
from
too? Was he in a Tyler Perry film?
He
Possibly.
could have been.
I don't know.
I thought he was a white man. The name sounds like a white
All right. Can I finish explaining the movie?
Mm-hmm.
So, after this one legendary Christmas program church service, Gregory Hines has a change of heart because he heard Whitney Houston sing.
guy. Who wouldn't? That doesn't sound weird.
So, the movie ends
Mhm.
with Denzel Washington walking down an empty street and then disappearing.
Sounds normal.
And
He's an
pretty
angel.
much,
Well, that's the angels. do.
but the
Sounds
premise
like
is
Denzel
that
Washington.
he apparently affected the whole sway of the neighborhood, the community to come to this church. However, the majority of the movie, he's just focused on like spending time with Whitney Houston
I mean, who wouldn't? That doesn't sound weird
That's-
at all.
As an
as
angel,
a character
That's
and
not
a
his
plot.
job.
Right, that's not his job. That's not
But
what you're
if
there
you
for.
were,
homie.
the thing about Whitney Houston is she is so great that an angel would be like humbled.
Look, the angel got
The plot of this movie is that Whitney Houston is not Whitney Houston.
Oh, yes, she
What if
is.
the angels in the outfield just spend all their time
you not-
with Whitney Houston?
Now you gotta.
This sounds like a straw man argument, and I'm not falling for it.
You know
Y'all
what I'm
really
saying?
got me trying to. I'm
Whitney,
fighting for
Whitney
just
Houston is the
explain
only
this
person that could humble an angel.
plot. Okay.
Sade.
No, not at all.
there's-
No. Don't you dare. Don't even do that.
So you're not
because
going. So you won't say Beyonce.
There is no better singer than Whitney Houston. I'm looking at the camera.
I'm not arguing with that.
Don't.
There's no better singer.
No.
No.
Better singer.
No.
Name one. Go ahead. 'Cause
She's a legendary.
who
Don't-
is?
Whitney Houston is
Hey.
legendary.
It's not just about
Try
legendary.
V, all caps.
It's not. No. It's not about legendary. It's about who's objectively greater.
We have diverted from the path.
No,
But
we're
if
Path
we're,
is-
we're
but
having
this
a
is fun.
conversation.
This
We're
is
having
fun.
This is fine.
Do it.
This is
Seven
fine.
zero.
All right, so we're gonna talk about it right now.
Don't
We're gonna
embarrass
talk about
yourself.
it. I have
Don't
time.
embarrass yourself
As
on live. I
somebody who
swear to God, if
spends
you
a large portion of his life in music, I have
Oh.
time.
As
Well, then
someone
you-
who
then
spends a
Whitney
large
Houston
portion of
should be
his
your
life
mom.
listening to music.
Sure, if we're gonna argue it, Aretha Franklin
no.
surpasses Whitney Houston.
As much respect that we have for
Aretha
for-
Franklin
No, no, no.
surpasses
Aretha
No,
is amazing.
Gladys Knight
no,
because these are the people who inspired the Whitney Houston.
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
What do you mean it doesn't matter?
does
It
not
doesn't
matter.
matter.
Who inspired Beyonce? They're probably not better. Than
The
Beyonce.
Diana Ross is not better.
Are
than
you
Beyonce?
out of your mind?
Inspiration.
No, you did
Whoa,
not
hold
just
on,
say.
hold on.
No, you did
inspiration.
not.
Hold up. Are we talking about singing or performing?
We're
Because
talking about
that
right.
is
We're talking
that
about
is
singing.
huge.
You're
Whitney
saying that
Houston-
Diana Ross is a better singer than Beyonce, or is that what you're saying out your mouth right now?
Ooh,
I
out
didn't
your
say. I
mouth.
said who inspired. You said who inspired. I answered the
Inspiration,
question.
like if anything, Beyonce was inspired by Donna Summer.
Donna
Fred
Summer,
says
Tina.
Fred says Mariah right there. Mariah.
So wait,
I don't-
let me ask you a
Fred
question.
throws Mariah.
Let
We
me
don't
ask you a
talk about
question.
Mariah.
We're at,
Let
we're
me ask you a
going.
We only
question.
talk about
not-
black
I have
people
a
in
question.
the
I have a
Ariana
pregunta.
Grande.
Yes.
Listen, James Brown
Uh-huh.
inspired Michael Jackson.
Among others.
Who's better?
Michael Jackson
So what are you
as
saying?
a performer?
No,
Yeah, we talking about. Are we
As a
talking about singing or
he's
performing?
just better.
Better in terms
Just
of
better
what?
in general.
Better singer, better
No, no, no.
performer,
No,
better.
no, no.
Michael Jackson.
No,
Michael
no, no.
Jackson ain't better than
Oh,
James
you're
Brown?
right. you're
Michael
right.
Jackson. He ain't better than James Brown.
But neither of them are good singers.
That sounds so reductive of James Brown, but sure.
I'm not trying to be
Nah,
reductive. I'm
that
just
was
saying.
That was
But-
so reductive.
But neither of them are good singers, so that's fine.
Michael
Who?
Jackson's not a good singer.
Let's be real. Michael Jackson's not a great singer. Like, let's be real. Let's be real. He's a great performer.
Oh,
He's like the
Jesus Christ of
Beyonce of
Nazareth,
his
born in
age.
1993. What are you saying?
I know singers that are better than Michael Jackson.
Sure, but
that
that-
doesn't
the
mean
question
he's
was
not
James
a
Brown.
good
Oh,
singer.
did
You said he's not a good singer.
I don't think that Michael Jackson is known for his singing.
That is exactly what he's known for.
Michael Jackson is known for his songs and his performing, not his singing.
His
False.
songs.
Part of
The
his
whole thing,
songs
the whole
are
package.
the singing.
No. Michael Jackson is not a good singer. It's a
You
fact.
were not alone.
Yeah, you said it.
Let's
You
go.
sound nice.
That's him. That's his key.
No, Dan, that's
his
you.
key.
Right.
What are you talking
Dan,
about?
that's
Bro.
you, bro.
No.
That's you singing well, not Michael Jackson. Because
What
first
are
of
you
all,
talking
the
about?
male singing, the male singing, men cannot typically sing. So the best male
What
singer,
are
the
you-
gap between
Nani?
listen, let me finish. Let me finish real quick. The gap between the best male singer and the best female singer is large, right? Can we agree?
No.
No.
Do we know who the best male
Wait,
singer
wait,
is?
but-
We know who the best male singer is.
But we're misconstruing arguments.
Usher.
You're saying the gap
He's-
between. You're saying
We
that,
got our producer laughing, y'all.
wait, you're saying that the gap between
The
women
best male
singers
singer,
and,
the best male
we
singer,
can't say
and
that
the
Usher
best
don't
female
got
singer
chops,
is
though.
large.
and that's fine for you to say. That's a great
It's a
opinion.
fact.
However,
It's a
comma,
fact.
however, comma, that meaning that men can't sing.
I
is-
didn't say that men can't
You
sing.
literally just
I
said
have
that.
in my brain who's the best male singer.
Who?
Luther Vandross. It's a fact. You can't argue it.
I'm not going to argue
You
with
First of
cannot.
all,
Best?
Sam Cooke, Marvin Gaye. What are you talking about? These are Otis Redding,
They're
They're-
great singers.
Hey,
They're
Bobby
great singers.
Caldwell.
Stevie Wonder,
They're
dog.
great
Like, how are
singers.
you not?
Stevie
Bobby
Wonder is
Caldwell?
one of the greatest male
he
singers.
can sing.
He can sing. I want to.
He
Stevie
don't belong on his
I
list.
would say I would call Stevie Wonder number two.
You just sit there and look pretty for the camera.
No, I would say Stevie Wonder is number two, and Luther Vandross is number one.
I don't
But the
know.
gap between Luther Vandross and Whitney Houston is very large.
Fred believes that we
I
are
agree
just
with
getting gaslit by Cobb.
Okay.
at the
I'm
moment.
not. You think I'm gaslighting? Who? What
That's-
are you talking about?
That's what Fred said.
Cobb-
So you're saying
believes
Whitney
what she's
Houston
saying.
is the greatest singer in the world, and she's dead. And she's dead.
You all right?
No,
No, she's not.
No, I'm not. because like the fact that like
I didn't mean
Almost
that
a
in a
decade
condescending
ago,
manner.
the greatest singer of
Manner.
all time passed away, and there hasn't been someone that. And Whitney Houston's career was actually quite short. When you really think about when she was at her prime, it was very short, for real, for real. Yet she is still just same thing with Flojo. Flojo was the fastest person in the world years after she died. Right?
Mhm.
Whitney Houston is the same way, where she is the greatest singer, and nobody has quite passed that.
I
Now,
don't. I don't
performing-
disagree with
That's
that.
so
Performing, Whitney Houston was not the greatest performer. She was not the greatest dancer. So in some ways, Janet got her, on performing and dancing. But in terms of just strict singing, like it's
But that
Whitney
was the
Houston.
best part of Whitney. She could
She
stand
could
there
sing.
and sing
She could
above.
sit.
She did like
everyone.
ballads.
She could sit there.
Yeah,
Let-
sit there, stand there, walk
This
there.
is this is a very
She
Go ahead
was
and
this
say
is
something.
This is
Go
subjective.
ahead and say
on the
something
mic.
controversial.
It's subjective, but hear me out. Her range, incomparable. There's few
Okay.
that have the same level of range as Whitney Houston. I agree.
Range in terms of what singing or
From
for-
the octave she can sing, clear, concise notes. I'm talking about the bottom tenor notes
no,
Mhm.
to soprano 2,
no.
soprano 1.
I think Mariah Carey has better range.
no.
No.
I think that Mariah Carey, and that's the
Has.
only time
Mariah
you will
Carey
ever see me.
Mm.
But they,
She don't have
Whitney
it.
Houston is dead.
I'm saying Mariah Carey don't have
But
it.
that don't matter. What matters is your prime, not right now.
Okay, so if we're talking prime, Beyonce in her prime still. Love on Top. comparatively to "I Will Always Love You."
What are you
Beyonce
saying?
wins.
What?
See how he
Listen
doesn't
to
have
"Love on Top."
I'm the troll.
Y'all said Cobb was gaslighting?
I'm not.
I'm the
Go
troll.
listen to "Love on Top" by Beyonce.
I've heard it.
Even performing it.
I Want to Dance with Somebody by Whitney Houston is better than that. What are we saying?
Then
Our
"Love on
producer
Top."
agrees.
I Want to Dance with Somebody.
What
gives me
about Broadway
We're
goosebumps,
talking,
dog.
singers?
we're talking about vocally.
And
I'm
I
talking,
can't
we're talking about
dance.
vocally. We're not talking about the
Performance.
performance. I'm talking about
Vocally,
vocally.
What about
vocally,
Idina
vocally,
Menzel?
Whitney Houston is better.
I don't know.
And Dina Menzel,
Quite
she's
honest
on.
with you.
She
Our producer told us told
Like,
me to
there's
get
no-
out.
You might as well
Nobody-
just say Alina Perez. I don't know.
You
who that
can't
is.
beat Whitney Houston. You can beat Whitney Houston in everything, but you can't beat her in vocals.
Correct.
That's fine.
Unfortunately.
That's your
100%.
opinion. So
No,
I'm
it's
not
not
gonna.
an opinion.
I'm not gonna live
Dan,
on
it's
that.
not
I'm
an
not gonna die
opinion.
on this hill.
Brandon,
That's your opinion.
Brandon
but Dan, it's
believes
not an
that
opinion,
Adele
though.
is the greatest singer.
You better
said
get
that?
out of the live
Who said
streams,
it,
but
though?
stay.
Can we
love
kick
you.
somebody? From
Who said it though?
Oh wait, no, but I
Brandon.
think he meant that sarcastically. I don't know.
Okay.
He made
I
an
mean,
upside down
Don't leave the
smiley
live
face.
stream.
But Adele is a great
I was
singer.
emotional.
Adele is a great singer.
So
Yeah,
we're not
she's
gonna,
fantastic.
We're not going to dismiss that, but we're not going to dismiss the importance of Adele's singing ability and songwriting ability.
Tina
Yeah.
said, "Y'all need to pass cocktails if y'all want to stay on tangents this long." That's fair. This is a live episode, and we let things happen.
Hey man.
See, this is what happens when people disagree with what I say.
No.
about-
You said wild stuff. So
That
I'm just
wasn't
saying.
wild.
That's
You
not
said wild
wild.
stuff.
That was not wild.
All right, I'm glad y'all agree.
Yeah, it's
High
a
five
fact.
each other. I don't.
We're talking
we're
about
moving-
Whitney Houston,
I get that.
not Whitney
You don't-
Washington. Whitney Houston.
You don't seem to get it because you out here mentioning
I-
Beyonce. You out here. You actually said on camera Diana Ross, and I feel like you should be clowned for that, right? You mentioned Diana
I
Ross.
said you
Put
asked
the
me who
grimace back
inspired.
on his
I answered
face.
the question.
Inspiration
I answered the question.
Inspiration means nothing, Dan.
You asked me who inspired her. I answered
Diana
the question.
Ross? You said Diana Ross before you said Donna Summer?
For Beyonce?
Yes.
Okay.
You said Diana Ross before you said Tina Turner? That's a bit disrespectful, right?
I'm gonna keep
No.
it. I'm gonna keep it a beam with
Because
you.
Wait,
Diana
Tina
Ross
Turner?
surpassed Tina
Turner's
Turner.
dope.
She's a dope performer.
You're saying
she
that
was.
Diana Ross surpassed Tina Turner in
Big
terms
time.
of what?
Star power in
Are
general.
you got to be kidding me.
Okay.
you have to
we're
be
we're not
kidding
doing
me.
this anymore.
Like
But
we talking about like
we're not
the-
we're not doing
Here
this
comes
anymore.
gotta
a
be
new
kidding me.
challenger.
We're not going to do this anymore.
you got to be kidding me. Like
we can have this
Tina
conversation
Turner
off
is
the
like
air.
the queen of like rock and roll.
This is
What is
accurate
Diana
statement.
Ross the queen of other than being terrible to her team?
Dog, you are wild right
What has Diana Ross done? I love Diana Ross, but what has she
What
done?
has she
Wait,
done for
you
me
can't-
lately?
You could ask that question, didn't say what has she done.
What has Diana Ross
Yeah,
done?
talk.
Other than the worst. Like what has Diana Ross
Why are
other
you
than
so
like
wild right
if
now?
we can argue that Diana Ross is a murderer, for real.
Okay,
Because-
so move.
For real, we can talk about that.
What?
We can talk
All
about
right.
the terribleness of
Y'all have a
Diana Ross.
blessed night.
Firefly. Are we done? Are we done? Are
No,
we
we're
cut
not
here?
done.
responsible
But
for
if the Barflies have a topic that they want us to talk about,
Is there any questions?
What's
Yeah.
the questions, y'all?
please,
But go ahead. Like you said,
Please.
weird plots.
because that's
No, I couldn't even get
wild.
through it. You were like,
the weird plot is you saying that like Diana Ross is like worth mentioning.
I really
So-
don't know what to say right now.
Um,
I fell for it. That's what I did. I let her. I entertained
Well,
it and fell
we
for
had
it.
times when
No,
we
we had
played with
time.
it a little bit, and,
We
and
still
now you
got
just
20
then you just
minutes.
put it back away. You're like,
still got
okay,
20
that was
minutes, but
fun.
go ahead.
And now
Go
we're
ahead,
go-
Dan, lead
now
the
we're
way.
done. Ooh, what do
Yeah.
you want to see get in this age of reboot that we are in
Mm.
and live action?
Okay.
What is a movie that you would actually like to see a live action
Oh, it
done
has to be a
properly?
movie?
Live action.
It could be a show. It could be a show.
So the answer is actually reboot the old cartoon.
No,
That
no,
would
sir.
be that'd be dope.
That would be dope.
Excuse me.
My
That'd be
dread.
dope.
You don't want to see a live action reboot?
Reboot the 3D animation that was on
Yeah.
like Toonami.
But
Yeah.
but rebooted.
Well, I mean, it
But
was
reboot.
reboot the reboot.
Yeah, that would be.
That's
awesome.
such a meta thing to say, but I stand for it.
No, I mean
Meta?
the word just triggered that memory. But
Reboot
yeah,
out of all things?
yeah, reboot is fantastic.
With
I mean,
with
that's
updated
his
with
choice.
updated graphics.
I mean, I could say Street Sharks if you want to get real.
I mean, that's already
You know what I'm
happening,
saying?
isn't it?
Jawson.
No.
No, unfortunately not. Mummy's Alive.
Nobody ever asked for
Mighty
reboot.
Max. Okay, but we're gonna stick with
Nobody ever asked
reboot.
for reboot, yo. Well, we
Yeah,
need like
he said Mighty Max.
we need like a
I-
cubics
I'ma
before
leave
we
you
need
there.
a reboot. Reboot, bro.
Cubics. Boo.
Robots for everyone.
Boo.
I
over
first of all,
reboot?
I rock with cubics.
We rock with cubics.
Boo.
I
Them
rock with
graphics
cubics.
You
look-
I'd
talking
sooner
about,
get
um,
Metabots than Cubics.
But Metabots was better.
And Metabots has its own community, so we don't need it.
Okay.
What are you
So,
talking about?
is there
The,
some- is there
that the
something you
whole
wanna-
question
Hold
was,
on,
do we
hold on.
want reboots?
Is there something you want to see rebooted? Because we're gonna get to yours first, and then we're going.
I need people to like have more respect for Cyborg 009, and I'm gonna save this for the anime
A
episode.
trash
but
show is a trash show.
you
Oh,
know what?
no.
Just cut the episode because
Oh no.
You
just
really,
cut the episode
y'all are not
because-
helping this. No.
just cut the
What's
episode
the
because I
reboot?
can't believe you just said that.
What's the reboot that you would like to see?
I just
Cyborg
said
009.
I think that Cyborg
009.
009
Okay.
needs a
I've
better.
never seen it myself, so I have no opinion.
I can't believe you just said like a trash show.
It's true.
So Cobb said, I'm not
There's a lot
cutting
of-
you off. but
There's
I'm
a lot of
cutting you off.
rebooks that need to happen, but you just said that, and that can't be addressed.
It can be addressed, but I feel like
Go ahead.
if you're gonna fight somebody on camera, like we can't keep doing this.
But we
Go
can
ahead.
all agree on Street Sharks, right?
No, we can't.
So
I'm
go
gonna
ahead-
let you
go
have
ahead,
it one.
Dan.
I'm gonna let
Go
you
ahead,
have it
Dan.
one.
If
I
anything,
really,
as for a reboot,
I was
of
going to
Pee-wee's
defend you until you
Playhouse,
said Street Sharks.
or those
Jawsome.
bananas, or
Jawsome.
bananas and pajamas. Why not ask for a reboot of that?
Hey,
Because
if it could
for
be,
real,
it
for
could
real,
be
let's
like
be
a
honest.
dark.
Street
You know
Sharks
what I
is a
mean?
clone copy of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
So what?
But better.
So
Biker
it's-
Mice from Mars.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Street Sharks.
But
Yes,
better?
You want to be controversial? I can be controversial.
But better? I
Yeah.
mean,
Anything, give us a reboot of
These are
Dragon
four
Tales.
teenagers who turn into sharks who can actually swim through the street. They pop up and say "Jawsome."
Do you understand how, like, from
Cowabunga.
from a millennial perspective now, Street Sharks does not hold up.
But
Nothing
we
holds up.
remember it, even if we
Okay,
don't know.
listen,
we
listen, let me ask
remember
you a
it.
question.
I know.
Let me ask you a
but
question.
I'm saying just for me, Street Sharks
Let
doesn't
me ask you a
hold up.
question.
It was on Channel
We're talking about
48.
Street Sharks
Okay.
doesn't hold up, right? We are talking about teenagers
Yes.
who are mutants,
Yes.
who are
sharks.
ninjas,
Yes.
and who are also turtles.
Yes.
And you tell me Street Sharks doesn't hold up? Nothing holds up.
I
with Street
mean-
Sharks.
wait, but what are you arguing though? Because
I'm-
the question
I'm
of doesn't
arguing
hold
the
up,
absurdity of everything we're talking.
but that's different.
Yeah.
Like the absurdity of the concept is one thing, but does the show actually hold up? Like, is it a good quality show?
Yes.
Is a
Their
totally
lingo
different
doesn't
thing.
It was
is
Teenage
is a
Mutant
time
Ninja
that doesn't even.
College
It's
now.
Jawsome. What are we talking about? The whole
It
show
was
was
about who
Jawsome.
distributed it, right? Like
I don't-
Street Sharks is
yeah.
like Channel 48,
Yes.
and Teenage
But they
Mutant
were-
Turtles was Fox. So we
Yeah,
also got to think about
Street
that.
Sharks
Mhm.
was, yeah.
Channel
Mummy's
48, nobody
Alive.
cared.
Mummy's Alive was lit for a
I don't
second.
even know what that
Mm.
is.
Oh man, that's great.
That was
What
channel
about
that was
Carmen
channel
Sandiego?
17. But anyway,
That needs to be.
Carmen
rebooted.
Sandiego
That would
definitely
be dope.
you
That
know-
would be a dope reboot.
She's an
So I-
international criminal, and I'm here for
She's
it.
Weird
an international
tangent.
abolitionist.
Okay, moving on. Stop. You keep letting her do this. No,
I
she's
didn't do nothing.
abolitionist.
We need the Bob
mean-
Burgers Tina sound. Like,
Right. But
Yo,
Carmen
Carmen
Sandiego,
Sandiego.
real talk,
Mhm.
that probably does need to come back.
Carmen
Because
Absolutely.
Sandiego's great.
kids don't even know what a continent is these days.
No, not because of that. Because
I
she
don't know
was
if that's
she
true.
resisted.
No,
yo.
really don't.
Not for the educational purposes.
For the,
no.
for the
Not for the educational purpose.
She
That
resisted.
part's not important.
she
You're
was
right.
like
No,
this
no.
lady resisted. And you could not catch her. Like it was.
She
nuts.
really, I mean, she had the means to travel. So anyway,
She had the cops against her. If anything, we need to have more kids advocating for Carmen Sandiego.
we keep letting this happen. So
Oh,
re-
Tina said Static Shock.
Yes.
I would also,
Yeah, I'm
love-
surprised
I would
that
also
hasn't
watch
been-
a live action Yu-Gi-Oh.
But
this is
live
a-
action
But she
Yu-Gi-Oh?
said
This
this is
is
a guilty
interesting.
pleasure. It's a guilty pleasure. Don't
this is why I'm
don't
not wanna see
Live
that
come
happen.
action
after our
Yu-Gi-Oh!
barflies.
Us being a live action
That
Yu-Gi-Oh would
producer
just be
agrees.
out of control.
Yeah.
But I would probably.
I would
enjoy it.
love to see. I just want
But-
to see a grown man yell at kids like this.
If it's a
Time
live
to
action, if
do
it's
do
a
do
live
do do
action
do.
Yu-Gi-Oh,
Mhm.
do we go manga?
First of all, it's
Mm.
rated R because people losing their souls left and right.
Yo, what
Well,
would
then yeah.
what is an anime
Sounds
that
like
you
it.
would want to be live action, or a video game that you would want to be live action?
Crash Bandicoot.
Mm.
Wrath of Cortex.
Specifically,
Very so specific. I want to answer the reboot question though,
Go ahead,
because
go ahead.
what overwhelmed me is the myriad of choices. Y'all want TV shows,
True
so I
shows.
guess we'll say TV shows.
No, it doesn't have to be.
Yeah, but now he said reboot. Like it had me thinking. I
And
feel like
that's
we need
crazy,
to.
right?
We need a updated, slightly more adult Zoids.
Chaotic
Remember
Century.
Zoids.
Just Zoids.
Just Zoids.
Because
All of
there's
them.
one that where it's a competition, and then there's one where it's like a
I don't
war.
remember
Zoids?
Zoids.
You don't remember Zoids?
I
They
do
were
remember
like
Zoids.
they were like low key
Liger?
Megazords.
Like
Liger
Liger
and all.
Zero.
But why would
Can't
you want it
remember
to
what
be
was
live
that.
action?
Okay.
Not live action. I said reboot.
Oh, like a
Just-
animated.
Just,
reboot.
more more grown up.
Oh my god. Mega Man.
Mega Man would be lit.
Yeah.
Why?
He would be. Why not?
No,
He'd
but
be
why?
amazing. Because he's awesome.
You know what? I feel Warner Brothers missed out on
Harry Potter.
was doing Justice League
No, I think they
in
said
the
that.
same vein of like the more adult elements of superheroes,
Like in television.
but like Bruce Timm style. Like everyone loves that Justice League Unlimited Bruce Timm high upper body,
Super boxing.
no knees,
No knees.
no knees at
Batman
all.
have no
Triangles
knees.
for feet. Like
Yeah.
that's
we
but
need
that
to engage them.
style
We need to
would've worked.
engage
All
the
of them had the
millennials.
same square jaw.
We gotta
All of them.
engage the millennials.
Yeah. I mean,
Ooh, I don't know who Thug526 is, but they said Berserk and Wolf's Rain. I second Wolf's Rain.
Wolf's
I
Rain would
second
be fun.
Wolf's Rain
Wolf's
is great.
Rain
But I feel like
would
Wolf's
be
Rain was
dope.
great because of its time, but it's not actually a good show.
You don't think it holds up?
No.
Ooh.
If you watch Wolf's Rain
You don't
today,
think it holds up?
no, it does not.
Oh.
When was the last time you watched it?
in the early? Like I tried to rewatch it like maybe 5 years ago, but it holds up as an early 2000 show.
Real quick,
we should
chat.
we should rewatch it, and
I was
on
about to
our
say,
new
maybe-
channel,
maybe we should
Afro
redo it.
Izakaya,
Hey,
we will talk about it.
But Berserk, like the fact that, sir, I don't know who you are. I love you. Please keep on watching us. But Berserk being watched is a bit problematic of you.
Sure,
You
that's
should
not
be
the
reading-
question.
you should be reading
the
Berserk.
way
Why
she
do you
just
want
like
Berserk-
deflates
But no,
people's
why do you want
balloons
Berserk
Yeah.
to be
in passing. She'll just
No.
be like,
I mean,
But
a
why
good-
do you want Berserk to be
because a good story is a good story.
exactly?
That is
So,
also
so
true.
just read the story.
9.
I think a lot of people have, and they
He
all
also
enjoy
said-
it.
he
and
also
Berserk
said
doesn't need to be
paranoia agent.
absolute. Wait,
that's great.
Paranoid Agent needs to be rebooted.
That's what was in the
No.
Well, so
No.
here's the thing. We started off saying rebooted or live action. I think I actually said live action first,
live action.
and then rebooted.
Wolf's Rain
So,
live
like,
action would work.
So a live action,
it would work.
I would say
That's
reboot
like Twilight,
Wolf's
basically.
Rain.
Sure, but live action would work. You gotta get past the cringe a little bit, but
It's
you know.
very cringy.
I think that it.
Wait, rebooting Berserk? Well, wait, hold up. Berserk with what? I want like that person to answer. Like, what do you want done to Berserk?
We can come back to him in the comments. He can talk to you directly.
Berserk is like a hard topic.
You know, because what we can't do on these live episodes
Is argue.
is deflate people's answers live.
Come on, tell me what it is about Berserk, yo. You want
Mhm.
Berserk to be remastered?
We're moving on. If you have a
Live
comment
action, he
specifically
said.
for
Berserk
for
live
Cobb,
action.
Berserk live action.
Crash Bandicoot.
It's
Yeah,
giving
of
me a
course
lot of.
No one cares. It
Berserk
would be
live
good because a
action.
good show is a good show.
is a good show.
It's a good show.
Is a good show.
Really?
I-
So if the
I've never watched
manga
it.
and the content beforehand is good, then that means the adaptation of it in another.
If you
realm
get
would
the
be
right
good?
people behind it, yes.
Sure. I mean,
That's
most
what.
of your favorite animes are from manga.
Look at
True.
the thing that you guys just played that was just on HBO Max. Parasites, mushrooms, zombies, but they're not.
Last of Us.
Last of Us.
Well, we have to think about that. The creator of The Last of Us was also a part of the creation of the show.
So depending
That's
on
not
who
the-
you
but that's
have,
not the same with
depending
manga
on
and
who you
anime.
depending on who you have, the live action could be great because a great
But
story
also-
is a great story.
But the creator of Berserk is dead.
All right, so then you get somebody like who watched it. That doesn't
I feel,
mean
I feel
like,
like
bye, girl.
sometimes.
bye girl.
Berserk
That
is like
be-
a sensitive topic. You gotta
Okay.
be real. Berserk is like a topic.
Are you saying we need
Sure.
to handle with care or put away with
Let it go.
lock away and care?
Let Berserk go.
Okay.
like Cowboy Bebop, it shouldn't have been done. Is that what you're saying?
Cowboy Bebop should have been what?
Like live action.
All right.
No, absolutely.
We're nearing the wrap up time, and I think this is a great place to stop. Appreciate all the interaction, all of the time
Ooh.
that you guys have
Ooh.
invested in just watching us talk about the things that we love. Do you have something really quick?
Yeah, no,
Really
the,
quick.
The people are going in like Thug526 said, what about FLCL live action? That would be dope. Fred says Witcher is as graphic as Berserk. I don't know because I didn't read the book.
Of The Witcher,
Yeah.
I've been reading The Witcher.
It's graphic, but I think Berserk has it by a slight lead on.
I don't know.
It's-
Berserk is kind of like I
It's
haven't read
over
the
the
whole
top.
story of Berserk, but like it gets wild.
Yeah,
From what
It's
I've heard.
extremely violent.
but we got to wrap up.
Digimon. So.
Or how
Stop.
about like yo,
You
like
have
this
to wrap
is-
up.
just like join our other lives. Like we'll have
Yes,
other
we're
lives.
gonna have
Yes.
other
so we
lives.
can talk more about this.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to segue into the pitch for Patreon
Go ahead, yo.
because this is a great opportunity for you guys to sign up to our Patreon. It's only $3. We're going to do a lot more live episodes, but they are going to be private. They are going to be walled off for the ascended barflies.
The Ascended
So,
Fireflies.
You have
No,
a
I'm saying
question?
that's-
Oh.
He's just
You're just
Ascended.
he's just ascending.
he's slightly ascending.
You know, fourth impact.
I
Right.
can levitate. I would.
If he could
Four?
levitate, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, because then we already do
But
the third. That's what the series is. The third impact, right?
How was the second?
let me get through this
Go ahead.
pitch.
Sorry.
Yo,
We don't know.
you gotta
It's all
stop.
convoluted.
But to finish the statement, you also get access to our Discord, which allows you to help curate the content for other barflies.
Mhm.
That means on the living document that we have as what we call the docket, you can pitch some of your ideas, topics, questions, and then we can answer them here live on each episode. We're going to do this the entire season. Each episode will be live, unedited, uncut. Obviously, a lot of tangents. We'll be drinking because that's how this keeps
And also,
getting
what's
Blerd
through.
Bar.
$3, y'all? That's the amount that you spend to tip. Don't
That's
tip
true.
your Uber Eats driver. Just pay us.
Please tip your Uber Eats driver.
And what's $3? And also like things that you care about and want to talk about, like, and you can also curse us out individually on Discord.
Please, individually.
Curse Dan out for
Okay.
his comments earlier. You won't be able
So,
to do that right here.
last but not least, we're going to end this episode with a quest item.
Quest item.
Because this is a bonus episode, episode 0.
Woo.
I figured the quest item would be Bruce Wayne's hospital bill.
Oh my god.
Hear me out.
Yeah.
Okay. You either can pay it
Oh no.
or you can let it go in the default.
Oh.
If you let it go in the default, Batman will break his one rule.
What's
So it's a cursed item. It's
Wait,
not a
what's
good one.
What's Batman's one rule?
He
Oh,
doesn't
he don't
kill.
kill.
Which is a lie.
You
Which
sure
is a
about
lie.
that?
We're not doing that right now. So he will break his one rule
Yeah.
because we all know
Loopholes.
that Batman would rather let his sidekicks get offed
It's true.
than let his credit get messed up so he can't buy that new Bugatti.
It is true.
So,
It's not
Uh,
the Bugatti. It's the new Batmobile that he wants.
no, it's a
It's
Bugatti.
the Bugatti Batmobile.
Sure, that too.
Mm.
So, you're welcome to do whatever you would like to do with that
Bugatti.
cursed quest item because this has been a cursed episode. And as we always like to say
Shout out
here,
to Jujutsu Kaisen.
y'all always have a blessed night. Peace out.
Peace.
Deuces.
So
Hold on, we're still live.